We'll begin by coming into a comfortable seat. Just sat tall on your sit bones, shoulders relaxed and away from your ears. Your palms can be facing up or down here, whichever calls to you. And just releasing any tension that might be present. Beginning to focus on your breath, long inhales through your nose and long exhales through your nose. Feeling your belly expand with each inhale and drawing towards your spine with each exhale. Just focused on your breath. And if you find that your mind wanders, just guiding your awareness back to your breath. And then gently blinking your eyes open, we'll slowly begin to come into our first pose today, which will be a neck release. Just tilting your head over to the left, you can extend your right fingertips over to the side and bring your left fingertips up to your ear, helping with the stretch. If this feels a bit much, you can roll your chin towards your chest. So just finding stillness here, but if your arm starts to get tired, feel free to just bring it down. Finding stillness and coming back to your breath. Long inhales and long exhales. We'll take a few more grounding breaths here. And when you feel ready, gently releasing. Feel free to take any movement here and notice any difference between your sides. And we'll get ready to take our neck release over to the other side. So coming back to a tall spine, this time tilting your head over to the right. You can extend left fingertips over to the left and bringing right fingertips to your left temple, gently tilting your head over. If it feels a bit much, bring your chin in towards your chest. And we're going to find stillness here, but if your arm starts to get tired, just relaxing it down whenever you like. We're finding stillness and focusing on our breath. Take a few more grounding breaths here. And when you feel ready, gently release. You can take movement if you like, just taking in the effects of these long holds. So notice any sensations. We'll get ready to come into our next pose, which will be a reclined chest opener. So just gently coming down onto your belly and finding a 90-degree bend from your left elbow. We're bringing the right palm next to the right rib cage and gently lower your left temple down to the earth. And then rolling over onto your left hip, stacking right knee on top of left. You can have the knees stacked, or for a bit more intensity, send your right foot behind you. You can also find your left hip with your right hand. So find what feels good for you today. We're stretching out the left shoulder. We never want to be feeling pain, so if this feels a bit much, just roll back towards your belly, always listening to your body. And once you've found your edge, we'll come into stillness. Long inhales and long exhales. Take a few more breaths here in your reclined chest opener. And when you feel ready, releasing by rolling onto your belly. Feel free to take any movement if you like, or you can come into a crocodile as I am. Maybe you're pressing back to a child's pose. Take a moment to notice any sensations here, any difference between your sides. Feel free to take any movement like cat-cows or rocking your hips from side to side. And we'll get ready to take our reclined chest opener to the other side, bringing left hand next to left rib cage and finding a 90-degree bend in your right elbow. This time rolling over onto your right hip, just stacking left knee on top of right. If you want a bit more intensity, you can kick your left leg out behind you and find your left hip with your right hand. So this time stretching out your right shoulder. We never want to be forcing anything. If anything feels overly uncomfortable or painful, please just roll back towards your belly. And once you've found your edge, finding stillness. Take your last few breaths in your reclined chest opener. And when you feel ready, gently releasing by rolling onto your belly. You can find a crocodile pose, or of course feel free to take any other movement, cat-cows, or a downward facing dog, seeing what comes to you. And our next pose will be a bow tie pose. So we'll begin by lowering down onto our bellies to come into Sphinx. So just resting on your forearms, try to release any tension. Flipping right palm up to the sky, we're bringing right hands behind left elbow, keeping left palm down, inching your elbows away from each other. And when you've gone as far as you can, elbows away from each other, just allow your neck to rest over your arm. If this feels a bit much, bring a block or a pillow underneath your forehead. And this is a great one to release any tension between the shoulder blades, finding softness and stillness. Taking your last few breaths here in bow tie. And when you feel ready, we'll gently begin to release by slowly inching the elbows away from each other. Take any resting position if you like, or feel free to take any movement. And we'll get ready to take bow tie over to the other side. Coming back to Sphinx, this time flipping your left palm up to the sky, bringing your left hand behind right elbow and arms parallel to each other. Gently inching your elbows away from each other and just allowing your throat to rest over your arm. Feel free to find a pillow or a block underneath your forehead if this feels a bit much. Feel the release between your shoulder blades. You'll feel a bit of a stretch in your arms as well. And trying to find that place of softness. This will be our last pose before Shavasana. Taking your last few breaths here in bow tie. And when you feel ready, we'll release by gently inching the elbows away from each other. You might like to come into a child's pose here. If you have time, make your way into Shavasana, just taking up as much room as you would like, and stay here as long as you like. We're letting go of any kinds of breath control and surrendering for Shavasana, corpse pose. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you a gentle day